Hello, everyone. Giselle here,
I'm Dan.
and we wanted to discuss a very important topic. We feel like people need to know about this. Well, I'm sure you are familiar with scams, but it's been really close to home lately. February 2nd, as a matter of fact, is when we got scammed, and between the two of us, we've both experienced a different kind of scams over the years and wanted to share that with you because I felt it was really important. Um, because what Dan and I do and everything we do is build awareness so people can have, healthier lives and happier lives and try to educate people and help, build their awareness so that they can possibly avoid some of these traps or these scam traps. um,
When we went to the bank, we found out that we were not alone in this department. A lot of people every day
yeah, our
get
bankers said
scammed
every
by
day.
people, and it's usually lack of knowledge, over trusting,
Hmm. Hmm.
or scare tactic.
Threatening that if you don't do such and such, there's going to be a warrant out for your arrest, kind of thing. I think I heard that one. That was there was different kinds. I'll list the ones that we're aware of that we've personally experienced, unfortunately, and then we'll go over the different things that happen in those different scams, and then some ways to what to look out for, what to do if it does happen to you. And a lot of times, and I think most of the time, unless you're really aware of what's going on, you realize it after the fact. So there are some things that we've done and we just wanted to share with you to help protect your safety. And well, I have a list here because I don't want to miss anything. There's something called scareware, where on the laptop or the computer, it well, I was on social media, and it flashed up several boxes. Kind of, it gave me the impression of warning this, and there was a you could hear a voice. Do not click out of this. You need to click on this number to Microsoft. It had it in the bottom right hand corner. You have to click on that, and so do not click out of this. Do not close this. Well, I almost closed it, but that's where the scareware comes in at. I thought, okay, Microsoft, this is legit, right? Wrong. I called the number and then it just progressively snowballed. But they make it sound like um, there's something of ours that's been compromised, and they said they were from the federal
FCC. The
FCC.
FCC is not going to contact you.
Right. But without going into details, it led into they asked us to get an Apple card specifically, and then a certain amount of funds, yada yada. Luckily, it wasn't a large amount, but it's my understanding that they'll go from person to person and they try to hit people and get as much money as they can using different tactics. And this particular thing we found out was called an Apple gift card scam. So there's that. There's an IRS scam where the phone call with the message there again. There's a warrant out for your arrest unless you call. Okay, that one I tried to call and report it. Unfortunately, they told me, well, we can't do anything about it because they can change their phone number. I don't know if that's true or not. If they just didn't want to deal with it. Um, but there's that one. IRS is not going to call you and threaten you like that. Okay. There's a publisher's clearinghouse scam. They send you a check for a certain amount of money, say about 1,500, I guess, and then you go to your bank. And the idea is they want you to cash it and then send that money to them, and then they'll release your larger funds. Okay, not okay. Within a couple of days, the bank tells you it was a fraud check, and then it's gone. Um, and then I think the worst one that I've dealt with is the love romance scam. They target women, um, they prey on their hearts, and they lead you along. Some things you want to look at there is they show pictures or even videos of an actual person that they claim to be, and they do different things to convince you. And even if you think that you've checked everything out, they're really slick. They're really crafty, you know,
Yeah, your emotions.
yeah, they play on your emotions. They drag you along for several months. They gain your trust. Oh, and also, this was on Facebook, and they insisted I should go to a different platform. It wasn't WhatsApp, but I can't think of it. But I found out later it has something to do that they can't be traced on certain apps. So there's another um, sign there to watch out for. Let's see. But they'll string you along for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden they're in this urgent situation. They really need your help, which of course they're asking for money. And but they've mm, they've pulled on your heartstrings so much, and you were so deeply involved in thinking that this is an actual person that cares about you, and no, man, it's a mess. Um, and it's usually they live in the States, perhaps. I think this one was Florida, and then they were working um, out at sea on an oil rig. Yeah, this is an older one, but anyway, some things to watch out for with the laptop computer situation. Um, if they have you install a software that has viewer on it, they have access to your computer. And if you don't realize it at first, if you see your arrow moving and you're not controlling it, they're in your computer. So we uninstalled that. We uninstalled WhatsApp because they wanted to talk to WhatsApp. So all that being said, um, well, you want to pay attention to your gut feelings. And I know you wanted to say something about that.
If that little voice in your head is telling you something's wrong, listen to it. And if other people aren't listening to you the first time and you're just withholding yourself thinking maybe they know something better, take the technology away from them. Take the phone away from them, unplug the computer, and talk about it.
Yeah.
FCC, the government, is not going to make you put an app on your computer or phone.
And they can be very convincing.
Yeah.
And usually they use fear,
Yeah.
or like with the romance scam.
If you haven't done anything wrong, you have no reason to fear
to be scared
anything.
in that situation. Yeah, yeah. So if you realize after the fact, okay, sometimes that little voice just doesn't seem to be as loud as you wished it would be, unfortunately. And like I said, they're very conniving. They're very manipulative, coercing. I talked to a detective, and he said it's amazing how they can make it sound so real, and they cover every angle, ready to in order to convince you. So unfortunately, a lot of people every day are scammed. Unfortunately, but that's why we're saying this. We want to build awareness, and we suggest that you share this. If something's happened to you or you know somebody, do the same thing. Make a video, post it, and have that, share that. So let's all work together in like breaking these people down, getting rid of them, stopping them.
Don't kick yourself too hard. I've had people say they were right in front of me and they scammed me. They weren't on the phone.
Yeah.
So.
And this was somebody in a professional business, and it's so it can be right in your face, and it's little signals.
We're human.
Yes. And first of all, don't get upset with yourself. That's what Dan was saying, because if you fell for it, and believe me, we've both been going in circles like, I should have known better. I should have listened to my feelings, that little voice, that intuition. And you just like, oh, why didn't I notice that? Or, oh, I feel so dumb because I fell for that. Okay, no. Be gentle with yourself.
You learned.
Yes, you learn, you grow, you get wiser, and you do things like this and let other people know so we can, yeah, get these people, get rid of them.
The end result is uh, healing what's inside you and learning how to deal with your emotions better. Because that's what it's going to come down to, is how you feel when this is over.
And ultimately, if you fell for it, it's because you want to trust people. This is usually what I've recognized within myself and then talking to other people. You want to trust people, or you're financially struggling, and you really need help, and you're thinking, well, maybe this is my answer. Or you are yearning for a fulfilling relationship, and that's where they work on the heartstrings. They prey on women's emotions. So let's see. Depending on the scam, you want to contact all your financial institutions, your credit cards.
Change your credit cards. Cancel the ones you had. Get another one. Change your bank account numbers. Change everything.
Yeah, for your own safety.
And passwords.
Change passwords. Uninstall any software that they may have convinced you to put on your computer or your phone. So just make the necessary changes for your own safety. Okay. Change password, uninstall. Okay, got it. I just want to make sure I've got everything here. So, oh yeah, you want to share that where somebody tried to threaten you? Was that a phone call?
Yeah, this was years ago. Yeah. It was I can't remember what it was about, but we will send a sheriff's deputy to exercise an arrest warrant on you if you don't do such and such. And I told him, come get me.
What did he say?
I just hung up.
Yeah.
It was some lady. She was sounding very official, very full of herself.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, really? Okay. I know I haven't done anything, so come get me.
It was a woman.
Yeah, it was.
I guess anybody can do this stuff or try to do it.
If you don't pay such and such, we'll issue a warrant for your arrest. Okay. Free food, room board.
So, okay, emails. If an email looks odd, suspicious, if there's anything pornographic, yeah, just delete it immediately. Don't click on it. Yeah, because then you have what is it, like a bug or a virus on, that can mess with your computer.
Yeah. That's a way to get something in the computer that's going to send something back out, most likely money.
So these people need to be stopped, and by building awareness and then working together, all of us working together and doing what we can with videos and things like this and sharing your experience and your knowledge, what you've learned, to build awareness, to help, stop these people. I do want to say something. This might seem a little over the top for some people, maybe not. I really believe that everything's energy, and it's my understanding that the consciousness is building, is raising. When people are conscious, they're more aware, they're more compassionate, they're more, it's more about unity and working together, not separation and trying to hurt somebody for their own benefit. So it's a higher consciousness. But it's my understanding that when this happens and there's a raise in consciousness, there's also a raise in the opposite side. So probably a better way to explain it is light versus dark. And when light gets brighter, darkness struggles to not die. And that's why it comes up. But working together, being aware, and speaking up, use your voice. Yeah. Yeah. What else, honey?
That's it. All I can do is say the same thing all over again.
Yeah, and if we seem a little frazzled and worn out, it's been a much better day today. Things are starting to come back together, but it's been an ordeal.
We're at the tail end of it.
It's been really stressful. Be gentle with yourself, and if you've fallen for this, to me, a person that falls for that, there's one of those three things going, desiring a fulfilling relationship, having monetary issues that they feel like, okay, this is the answer, or the scare tactics. And most people, they mean well in their heart, and then they get hooked. So thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. I don't know how long this went, but thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 15 minutes, but it was important. And thank you for taking the time to listen and to share this. Okay. Okay. Well, Treya, move forward with courage and bye-bye.
Bye.